So growing up ugly and fat really sucked. And it really affected me in so many ways. In a lot of negative ways and in a lot of positive ways. Yes, growing up ugly and fat did affect me in a positive way, which I'm going to be sharing in today's video. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Aaliyah. I'm a mental health coach. I am a life coach and I'm an eating disorders recovery coach. And on this channel, we will be talking about eating disorders recovery, especially in a plus size body, my journey with it. We're going to be talking about trauma, specifically religious trauma and spiritual abuse. We're also going to be talking about the toxic family dynamics, narcissistic abuse. And I'm going to give y'all tips and solutions, easy to implement tips and solutions so you can heal your heart and rewrite your story. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I will leave my email down below. Y'all already know I got my notebook, and if you see me looking down, just want to make sure I do not miss anything. You know how I roll already if you are a subscriber here. So, all right. So today I'm going to talk about my experience growing up ugly and fat and what I have learned and how it was actually in the long run really positive for me. I see a lot of videos talking about pretty privilege and how, like, there's a dark side to pretty privilege, which there definitely is a dark side to pretty privilege, especially if family members get, like, attracted to you and people only want you just for your looks or for your body. And that could also be very negative. But let's talk about the other side, which is growing up ugly and fat. So, as y'all know, I've never been pretty. I have never been pretty. And that really affected me when I was younger because I wanted to be one of the pretty girls. I wanted to be one of the popular girls. I wanted to belong so badly. I wanted that attention from men. I'm straight myself, but I wanted that attention and a validation from men because I wasn't getting that at home. That was a big thing as I grew up. I realized why I wanted to be pretty so badly is because I wanted the attention and validation because I never got that from home. But really, attention and validation comes from within. It really does, as I've learned as I got older. So I was bullied a lot because I just never fit in. I was overweight. I wasn't pretty. And the thing is, with pretty privilege, I'm just gonna say it, and I might make some people mad. Pretty privilege is power. When you're pretty, you got power, y'all. And with that power comes a lot of, like, doors that open for you, and life can be a lot easier when you're pretty. You got options in men when you are prettier. I'm just gonna say it. People might not like what I say, but I'm just gonna say it. There's a lot, I mean, I know a lot of these, like, women talk about pretty privilege, and yes, there is a dark side to that, but man, what if you all grew up like me, ugly and fat? I mean, it's hard. It's hard because for me to even get in the door was a lot harder than someone who was pretty. So, but once I got in the door, I stayed in the door. So that was always a good thing because I had to work harder than the average person. Like for me, because I didn't have this power per se, I had to work a lot harder than the average person, a lot harder than the average person to just get where I needed to be. I was jealous of the pretty girl because, again, the pretty girl got privilege, the pretty girl got the men, the pretty girl got all the attention, and I just felt like I was in the sidelines all my life. And it was depressing growing up. It was really depressing. So pretty girls got a lot of compliments. I didn't get a lot of compliments growing up. Everyone wanted to be seen with a pretty girl. No one wanted to be seen with someone like me who was, ugly and fat. I mean, that's what people called me when I was ugly, when I was younger. I don't believe I'm ugly at all, but yeah. It really affected my self-esteem and confidence because essentially you're unwanted and society lets you know that you're unwanted. And furthermore, you just don't fit in, which really affected my self-esteem, my confidence, and it really made me depressed. It really made me depressed. And then I don't know if they're friends, I'll call them acquaintances, I guess, who were pretty, who got the attention, who got, like, who got in the door a lot easier. It was a very stark difference with the way they were treated versus the way that I was treated. And now that I'm older, I also realize why. I had very low self-confidence and self-worth. I thought when I was younger, which, everything is energy. And at the end of the day, like energy attracts like energy. So that was that. And then on top of that, like I didn't even bother like fixing myself. So I would never, really fix my hair or my makeup or, try to dress nice or look presentable too, which also compounded the issue as well. Do not do that, y'all. As I talked about in the last video, dress nice, look nice, because you deserve it. It doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter what size you are, what gender you are. Everyone is worthy of looking good and feeling good. And I'm going to be saying that in a lot of my videos. So when I was older, like I said, things started to shift. Probably like in my 30s. Um, it started to shift because I started working more on my inner beauty and my inner radiance. So I started working a lot on my energy, as I've mentioned in previous videos on working on your energy is really, you know, working a lot with, okay, my personality and dressing nicer and looking nicer and, being nicer and more kind and more compassionate towards people, being nicer, more kind and more compassionate towards myself. And, starting to have more fun, starting to have hobbies, starting to have interest, starting to do things that really, fueled my passions, basically, and really worked a lot on my energy. I started, playing more and being happier and dancing and, doing the stuff that I've been wanting to do since I was a child. And it really changed my energy. Things started to really shift for me in my 30s. I started to get, more male attention. Not that, I mean, the point of this video is not to get male attention, it's just I'm trying to make a point here. I started to attract better people in my life. I started to just be my authentic self, and doors started to open for me little by little. Doors started to open for me, and I wasn't conventionally attractive or anything like that. It's because I worked on myself and I treated people with kindness, respect, and compassion and empathy. And that is a big thing. People will always remember how you treated them. So make sure you treat everybody with all of that, because you never know what someone is going through. And the thing with like growing up, like not having pretty privilege is now I'm aging. So I'm going to be 40 next year. Yeah, next year. I'm going to be 39 this year. I mean, aging doesn't really affect me. I mean, I'm not afraid of aging just because I never had my looks to really, get me in the door or anything like that. I really had to rely a lot on my personality and my hard work and my tenacity and my stubbornness, because I am stubborn beyond belief. If I say I'm going to do something, y'all better trust and believe I'm going to do it. And I'm going to work damn hard to do it. And because of that, I mean, I guess that's the one, like, one positive about not growing up with pretty privilege is aging just does not affect me. I mean, I have gray hair, and it's just, I have wrinkles, obviously, and it's just like, eh. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, it's what's in here and not what's out here, because um, ultimately, it's how you treat people and not really how you look. So, lessons I've learned. So, as I mentioned, pretty privilege does have a very ugly and a very dark side to it. I've heard stories about fathers and siblings being attracted to the daughter or the sister because she's pretty. And that is just so disgusting to me. That's just so sick. Um, and that must be really awkward for the girl too. So ugh, I just cannot imagine that. Growing up without this pretty privilege taught me the value of, working hard and relying on things outside of my looks to really help me get through life. I had to work a lot harder, as I mentioned, than the average person just to get into the door. But once I got in the door, I stayed in. Again, aging doesn't scare me. There's wisdom in aging. I'm almost 40, as I mentioned, and I've learned so much in this life, and I'm so grateful for all the lessons that I've learned. And like I said, I'm raising a child, and I could teach him what I've learned. So hopefully he could avoid a lot of the mistakes and a lot of the crap that I've had to go through in my life. Yeah, so that's that is I've learned a lot and I'm a lot wiser and a lot more intelligent, and I truly, truly, truly love myself. It taught me to really work on myself on a deeper level, and it really taught me to really refine my personality, and it really taught me the value of working hard because I had to work really, really hard. And again, it taught me to have more compassion and empathy towards others because you don't know what other people are going through. And it also taught me that just because someone's pretty, it doesn't mean they struggle. You would be surprised. I have coached pretty people, I have coached handsome men, I have coached some really, really good looking people. Like, really good looking people, like with great bodies, and they just look really, really good. And they're struggling. It's a different type of struggle, but they are struggling. They have a hard time a lot of times forming relationships. A lot of people just look at them because they're pretty and just want to be with them because they look good. They don't care about who they are on the inside. And that's heartbreaking. That's devastating. And not to judge a book by its cover because you don't know again what's going on behind the scenes with these people. And with pretty people, a lot of people just tend to like kind of shy away from them because they think they're out of their league. Talk to these people. Not in terms of like dating or whatever, just talk to them. A lot of times these people are the loneliest people. Talk to them, have some compassion and some empathy towards them because they need it. We all need it. We all need each other at the end of the day. So, if you are like me, you grew up ugly, you grew up fat, you grew up ugly, frumpy, whatever you want to call it, just remember this. At the end of the day, everything is energy, and it's really what's in here that does count. Even if you're dating or you're getting married or whatever it is, as we age, we're not gonna look the same. It doesn't matter how much plastic surgery or how much work you get done on yourself. At the end of the day, we all age, and with aging comes wisdom, and with aging, in my opinion, comes a different type of beauty, and it's a beautiful and wonderful thing. I mean, the society values youth way too much, and again, there's value in youth. I believe there's value in youth. There's value in being older. So we all just need to come together and work together instead of this whole division: pretty, ugly, young, old. At the end of the day, we all need each other, and this really taught me to just be a better person. And I'm actually, now that I'm older, I'm grateful that I did not have pretty privilege. I'm so grateful I did not have that because who knows, if I had that, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I'd probably be doing something else, or I'd probably be depressed because I'm almost 40 and I'm going gray and I have wrinkles and this and that, which it just doesn't phase me at all. I mean, I think I look good, and I'm really happy with the person that I am, and that's my message to y'all, is to be happy with y'all and with yourself, and just be the best version of yourself. Whatever that means to you. Be the best version of yourself. Let's treat each other with kindness, respect, and compassion. And that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for, watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. My next video is going to be why you like being fat and what to do about it. Thank you, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.